let's audit a Facebook ad account together. I'm going to show you exactly what I look for in this video to take an ad account from performing just okay to really excelling and crushing results across the board. Let's get right into it. It's going to be a high-level overview at first, and we're going to get nitty-gritty on some of the details. Let's do it. So to set the stage, this is an account that we are consulting on, and we just started working with them. Over the past month, they've been running ads to a lower ticket offer. So they're selling a course, and then they have a higher ticket sales system on the back end. So this is for a coach/consultant that helps people with a few different things with their coaching. And so overall, they are profitable, but on the front end, they're losing a little bit of money. So I'll put some notes here in a Google Doc, but you'll see for this month so far in March, they've spent $3,700 and they've generated about call it $1,800 in revenue directly from the funnel on the front end. Now they've got some high ticket sales where they're just about 2xing their revenue with the buyers coming in for the low ticket. So first thing that I look at is I actually won't even look at the ad account first. Usually when I'm doing an audit, wherever they're sending people, so whether it's a low ticket offer, a webinar funnel, lead magnet, whatever it is, I look at that destination first to see if that's more of a bottleneck than the ad itself. And see how possible is it really to get this thing profitable. So if we look at this right here, so they've got a 3.51% conversion rate. That means like 3.5% of the people, 3.5 of the page viewers end up buying. So 3.51 conversion rate. They've got a 12.2% take rate on upsell 1, and they have a 17% take rate on, that's a downsell 1. And let me actually go pull real quick their order bump stats. Okay, and they've got a crazy 70% take rate on their order bump, which is wild. This is the funnel that we helped them build a little while ago, and then they were kind of managing some of the ads themselves, and now we're stepping in to help with the ads. So obviously the funnel looks great, but there's a few things that I'm noticing right off the bat. The 3.51% conversion rate on cold traffic, I'd say this is good. It's not exceptional, but I think it's really close to being there. That's not bad at all. Next is the upsell, and that's where I feel like the biggest bottleneck is. At a 12% take rate, it's just going to be pretty difficult to break even or be profitable on front-end traffic for only an offer that's averaging about a $26 average order value. That means you'll have to get buyers at $26 or less just to be break even or profitable. And that can be hard in the biz ops space as well. So just bear that in mind. I see CPAs between like $50 to $70 in the biz ops space, sometimes less if it's even better, like the actual offer or funnel, but that's on average where it lies. So the goal here that we really want to see is be at a $100 average order value or more. So that means here, if this was at a 20% take rate, that would help a little bit. That means that about 8 people would have bought if this was at a 20% conversion rate. 25% conversion rate would have been even better. So we would have been actually at 1,072 plus $776 for that upsell 1. And then let's say downsell stayed the same. So we'd only be losing, we'd be at that revenue number, we'd only be losing about $1,700, which is better than where we're at, but it's still not quite there. So that means we got to drop this, we just got to drop the CPA a little bit as well, because it seems like this past month it was pretty high. And that's the last thing I want to check is, what is our AOV? We're at 40. Where are we at? 1,072, 582, 201, 1,800. Okay, so our average order value right now is $46. I think I mentioned that somewhere. So currently, $46 average order value. We want to get it to 100. And if we were there, 2049 and the 40, that gets it to 51. So a few things here. I think first, raising the price on this front end product actually could be a good idea. Even if conversion rate drops 0.5%, could be a better idea to get a few more bucks squeezed out of here. And then getting this up to 20 to 25% is really going to make a big difference. So that's the funnel stuff. Obviously, there's stuff to improve in the funnel. That's a whole separate thing. But we know that just the ads are not going to make all the difference in the world, although they will help quite a bit. So let's bear in mind that we currently have a $46 to $50 AOV. That's really where our target needs to be. So with these ads here, where we're sitting at like a $70 CPA, $100, $140, it makes sense why we're losing money. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up the ads that have spent the most money, which are these two. And let's just look at a high level performance and clicks first. So I'd love to filter by performance and clicks just as like a quick overview. Sure, I can set up some custom columns in the future, but for now, let's just look at a high level what's going on. $86 cost per 1,000 impressions. It's almost $5 costing us to get someone to the page. Good link click-through rate, pretty good click-through rate as a whole, decent cost per click. So I'd say the biggest bottleneck I'm seeing on the ad side is it's costing us a little bit too much to actually get someone to the page. That could be CPM based, but it seems more of like a click problem, right? But our click-through rate and link click-through rate are pretty good. So let's see what's up. So here we go. We've got these three that are all profitable with lower sales, but with a $46, $47 AOV, these are definitely profitable, which is great because then we're getting those customers for free, and on the back end, they'll convert to higher ticket. But let's see how these compare. They definitely have higher click-through rates than most of these other ones down here. So that's great. And we've got those ads, still higher cost per click. And CPMs are decently high, so I'd probably want to look at the ad themselves and see what they're saying. How could we lower the risk on the front end for Facebook and make it not as crazy, maybe promises or claims, to see if we can get the CPMs down a little bit, which in turn should help cost per link click and cost per click. And there could be a landing page thing that we could look at changing as well. So my first reaction here for this account is we've got these winners. These things are working. We need to double down on what's working right now. So we need to make new creatives based off of these, new pieces of ad copy based on these, and continue to test. The other thing is these should be being cut a little bit more aggressively. I think that's one thing that a lot of people miss, is they're not cutting their ads as aggressively as they should be. And an easy way to manage that is just with automated rules. Just tell Facebook, hey, if it's spent over this amount and it doesn't have a sale, or if it's getting cost per purchases at this amount, just shut it off. If we're managing our budget a little bit tighter, we're going to avoid where we blow out the profit so much. So really simple thing that a lot of people I think need to look at, but they're not managing it as effectively as they should be. So an automated rules can help a lot with that, or just checking it 2 to 3 times a day and you're in good shape. So that's great. Let's look at these winners. Basically want to be beating this cost per link click. Even with this cost per link click, you can see it's still working fairly well. And CPMs is the big thing. So I've got this little cheat sheet here, which I can show you guys. Here, which shows us kind of some ideas for what we can do. So if our click-through rate or our CPMs are this high, we can look at audience testing, placements, and then discovering some new audiences to actually fix the problem. So let's take a look at placements and see where our CPMs are a little bit better. Why it's not showing me that? I should go here. Placement. Okay. So Facebook Reels are really expensive, $139 CPMs. Facebook Stories are really expensive, but Feed is fine. Instagram Reels are stupid expensive. Okay, so basically the Reels and Stories are pretty expensive. Where are we actually getting sales from? We're actually getting sales from Feed in-app. We're getting sales from Facebook feed mobile, Instagram feed, Facebook feed again, and then one from Instagram Reels. So from all these sales that we're getting, most of them are coming in at the feed level. So a really easy test that we could do is we could actually take these winners and we could exclude the Reels and the Stories placements and have them just go to the feed. There's a chance it could be a lot cheaper based off what the data is telling us, which could keep a more consistent campaign that's generating sales and have not Facebook trying to push us to Reels and cannibalize some of our results. Really easy thing. Big thing that I look for in accounts nowadays is just trying to optimize that. And it's really just about creative and copy testing and figuring out what structure works the best. You can see in here, there was CBOs trying to be tested, but they just did not work nearly as well. You can see how much cheaper going at an ad set budget is actually serving us. So that's where I'm going to double down. If all we did was this ad set budget and we didn't test as much CBO, we would be close to we would be profitable easily. 1,500, 1,200. There's 40 sales, so we're missing on a few sales from here and potentially from some other campaigns down here. But most of the sales are coming from this campaign right here. So we probably would have been more profitable that way as well. So super easy thing. Now it's time to make new hooks, creatives, and test those placements out. Super quick ad audit that you can do and very quick actions that you can implement as well, just simply by checking out where placements are the cheapest and how to optimize from there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Super short and sweet, but it's some really actionable stuff to improve your Facebook ads.